Race 20 of the Premier League as the season draws to a close. Just waiting for Liam to select his Ferrari, and then waiting on Dan Murphy and Knowlesy. Then we will get going. Turn that down. It is now 7:30. We've not got a message to say any of them are going to be late.
Found it.
So we'll just wait for Liam to select his car and then we'll get going. To see if there's anyone available to quickly jump in. Liam selected his Ferrari. Justin, if you jump in the Mercedes.
Yep.
Oh, someone's just joined. Oh yeah, it was you. Yeah, that's fine. Jump in the Mercedes.
Oh, let me get my wheel out.
Right, we'll give it one more minute.
Yeah, give it 1 minute.
And then we'll get ready to go. They've not told us they're going to be late. If we can get one more driver into a Red Bull, that'd be good. See who's online, if there's any of our drivers online. I can't see anyone online now. No, Knowlesy's on FIFA, so I'm not quite sure why he's not turning up. Anyway. Oh, Wilson's quickly asked, what track is it? He might jump in, not too sure, as he's asking, but we are very nearly ready to go. Oh, who's sure? I thought someone joined then, it was me, I took out a spectator. Is he going to join? How many people in the lobby? 19. That's you, Jane. Let's type that in the comments too. We are going to be strict on being late next year, definitely as well. We want to get going on the dot. Right, we're going to invite Vice Sheng then. Our League One racer who's not been racing with us lately, but he is about, so he is going to join. That is great to see. One of our League One competitors right at the front. He might be racing in the Championship next year. He's been away the last few weeks, but he is going to join us now for the Premier League. He's reserved in the Premier League once before, and that was when himself and Bradfield went out on a straight in Russia.
Oh yeah.
You might recall.
Oh, that one, yeah.
When they clipped the wall on the right hand side, they didn't see the wall, and the big shit said Bradfield. I remember that. That was one of the funniest moments of the season, definitely. We should do a funniest moment of the season award. Right, let's go everyone. Thanks to Vice Sheng for filling in late on for us. There we go, and everyone has readied up. Well, enough have. Fast saying cheers to waiting. Well, Fast was in at 7:28 in the end, so that's all good. Chaz is in the comments saying yes, Sloth, brother. And Sloth saying good luck, Chazza, brother. Chaz is saying he's got to save himself from relegation. These races are going to be crucial. Chaz is currently 17th in the standings, but below him, one of them is KD, who's making his debut tonight after he was doing the commentary last week for us. We're going to swap just for the last few races of the season. I haven't done comms myself for the last couple of weeks. in any league, but yeah, I am back. It is me. So Chaz, as it stands, he is in the bottom 3 to go down, but Jockey Hockey, who's currently 7th, is going to get relegated because he cannot make Saturdays from next year, so he's going to go down to the Championship. So it's actually only 2 at the bottom going down. One of them is already confirmed as Irish, as he's not racing with us anymore. He's going to be in the Championship next year. As again, he can't make the Saturdays. At the moment, it's Jay Story in that place, so it looks like it's between Jay Story and Chazza, and then Woods is the next one in the firing line as well. And we just got everyone spinning around at the moment. Here we go, we're loading into the session.
Is it going to rain?
Theo saying hello, how is everyone? We're good, thanks Theo. Brandon saying he's available. Oh, it's a sunny qualifying so far, that's a good thing to see at least. Yeah, so we have got 16 of our drivers. Obviously Jockey Hockey and Irish aren't racing with us at the moment as they can't make it. Were scheduled to have all 18, but Dan Murphy and Knowlesy both not turned up for whatever reason, but it's lucky we did have 2 reserves on hand to fill in. And they are Bradfield in the Mercedes, not for the first time this season, to partner in Rick Dalton, Vice Sheng in the Red Bull, and we've also got, let me have a look, who are the other 2? Sloth in the Renault. I think he's been that Renault the last 4 weeks in the Premier League now. He's getting used to that, making it his own. And the 4th reserve is, I don't know. Who is the 4th reserve? No, there is no 4th reserve. No, Dan Murphy was a reserve himself. He's not turned up, so there we go. It's just a 3 in the end. Wonder why I couldn't find it. That's probably why. So then, big news for tonight. Idenzo. He needs P7 to win the championship title. First Premier League. It looks like Idenzo, after a dodgy start where Siege and Cowie were in the lead until about the halfway mark, Idenzo's second half of the season has just been absolutely stonking. He's won, I think, 7 of the last 9 races, apart from the 2 where Emerson won. And Idenzo was close behind. Yeah, and that is with Cowie and Siege winning the race. So if Cowie and Siege don't win, and Idenzo, then Idenzo doesn't even need to get any points to be confirmed the champion, and he thoroughly deserves it, doesn't he? As we're starting our awards for next season, he's definitely someone that's going to be nominated for a couple of them at least. Let's have a look. And Siege is on a lap. He's just started his lap, as has Chazza as well in front of him. Although Chaz is going to come up some traffic, isn't he? Siege, of course, has had problems of late, isn't he? I think he did get some points last week in the end, but he has run into some trouble lately, isn't he? But it's good to see he's still going strong with us. He has been at every race, I think, as well this season. See what Chaz does. In Canada, I think, is probably the harshest track for invalidations, isn't it? Really, really tough on the penalties. Chazza in that Williams then. Goes through that tight 180, starting sector 3. Now he's got to put the power down. Opens the DRS. One of 3 DRS zones at Canada, which is, well, quite a lot considering it's quite a short track. And this is the horrible bit, the invalidation part, isn't it? And, oh, I thought he was going to invalidate there. He's got it absolutely perfect though, Chazza. And he puts his foot down again, and what can Chazza do? It's a 109.6. He sets the benchmark there. Where's Siege? What can Siege do? Oh, he's right next to Chazza. There we go. Oh, he's invalidated, Siege has. But he is going again. Hopefully it's not Lissan next that invalidated. And it is, unfortunately, as well, because he must have done it in the last couple of corners, Siege. That's a shame for Siege. Then we've got a Mercedes next. It's going to be Bradfield, and Bradfield goes up to P1 for 109.4. Bradfield P3 in the championship last night. Congratulations on him for that when he was reserving. And Vice Sheng on the mediums in P2 for 109.6. He's got some fantastic pace, but not as much as Sully, who goes P1 for 109.1. Sully, who got P2 last week, finally picking up some decent points to put himself clear of the relegation battle. Take you through the standings shortly as well. We'll just wait for it to calm down a little bit. It's absolutely madness at the moment. I think Jay Story's next. He goes up to P5 110.6. He is struggling, Jay Story. Does look like as it stands he's going to get relegated, but it's still all to play for, of course, isn't it? We're going to go on board with Liam then. He's going to be the next driver to come across the line, and he invalidates, doesn't he, through the last couple of corners. KD's going to be next, and KD, he's invalidated too. Did our commentary last week. I've heard he's very, very quick as well. I know his time trials are strong, and that would have been a strong lap if he'd got it right as well. I'm not sure if he backed out with that as well. he's definitely going to be a contender today. One to watch out for is KD. We're about to see a Renault across the line. It's going to be Crooksy, and he goes up to P2 of 109.4, and that is on the mediums as well. I'm not quite sure why Carl's going on to the mediums. And here he is then. Idenzo's also on the mediums. What can he do next? Idenzo comes across the line. P1 of a 108.9 on mediums. He's just in a league of his own, isn't he? Absolutely incredible driver. The quickest I've ever raced with, that's for sure. Tango's invalidated, but it wasn't at the final corner, so he is able to go again when he got Haas coming across the line. Oh, Siege, I think he's invalidated again, Siege. The Haas coming across the line is Jay Story. He is up, and he improves by 3 tenths. The 110.3, it's still not going to be quick enough, I don't think, though. Then they got a Mercedes of Rick Dalton. Is a tricky track, isn't it? Rick Dalton's up to P3. That is on the soft slow as well. Got Williams coming across the line next. Is that Clarkey? No, it can't be Clarkey. It's Chazza, and he goes up to P5 and his third lap on those softs. A great effort there. Those tyres will be done though, won't they?
So what was pole in the championship? Is it 109?
I will have a look. Once we got most cars in the pits, I'll have a look through that as we see. Not quite sure. It was that Cowie. Cowie's just gone up to P7, 109.5. I should think he's got a bit more pace than that in his locker. That's not safe there. He's slower than Bradfield, so it must be poor. We got a McLaren coming next. That's going to be Tango. Here goes Tango, then Tango. Really, really quick. He's got about 10 invites handy in case he needs them. He usually does. And he goes up to P3. McLaren had a fantastic battle last week, didn't they? They got more points than any other team in the Premier League. McLaren last week, and then P2 and P3 at the moment. It's a very strong partnership between Sully and Tango going at the moment. Haas coming up next. I think is that Siege on his 4th lap? Nope, it's not. It's Jay Story going for another lap. He's only on a slow lap though. He's saving up to go again. And then got a Ferrari coming across the line, which I'm guessing is Liam. And Liam again fails to set a lap. And he's invalidated again. He must have done it coming out the final corner again. So Liam's finding trouble at the moment. Both Ferraris not going too well. Both AlphaTauris yet to set a time, as so are the Alfa Romeos. As Siege goes up to P10, just ahead of his teammate Jay Story. So Siege and Cowie are struggling at the moment. It looks like Idenzo is liking this track. Mind you, he likes every track, doesn't he? Sean's Woods, sorry, is on a lap at the moment. Can he keep it together for the last couple of corners? No, weren't too fast through there, but he avoided invalidation, which is the main thing, and he's up to P10, partners his teammate at the moment on row 5, ahead of the 2 Haas drivers. So have a look at who else is on a lap. Nightwing's now on a lap. We'll have a look through that. Oh, he's invalidated his lap already. Liam, as we know, did invalidate. I think he invalidated Lissan next when he was on it, didn't he? So it's got a bit quiet at the moment, doesn't it? I'm not sure if Jay Story was on a lap. It's on his 4th lap on those tyres. Does a 109.9, and that is a lot more competitive than we've seen late from Jay Story. So fair play to him there. He's put himself right in the mix. Only a 10th and a bit off Wood, so he's really fighting with. So he seems to have some good pace around Jay Story, and of course, like I said, that lap time's on 4 lap old softs. He can definitely get a few more temps on fresh softs. Promising there for Jay Story. As we've just seen, I'm not quite sure who we saw jump up at the stands there. No one, I'm imagining things. Nightwing then comes to start another lap. There we go then. Serious Mushroom is also on a lap. We'll have a look at the overhead board for this one then. Let's see then, can he keep it together through the final a little less? And he can. Without smacking into the wall of champions. And he does a 109.5, which slots in between Cowie and then the 2 Red Bulls in P9. That'll be touch and go whether that's safe or not. Siege is in the pits then. Siege is struggling. Yeah, Jay Bradfield doesn't think his time is safe. As we just see, I think that's KD. He's just gone up to P5 and the other out for Mayo. So he definitely has got some decent pace. But that Idenzo time is on mediums and he's done in the 108s. It's an insult to other drivers, really. Absolutely incredible pace he's got. I just don't know how he's done.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know why he's using his. Oh, Siege just left the session, unfortunately. Everyone's got 3 invites. Unless you Tango, you get about 10 because he's constantly getting kicked out of the session. You know, Denzo, I don't know why he's using his mediums now, so he's committing to starting on the softs then. By the looks of things. Who else is on lap then?
To get out as quick as he can, get ahead.
We've got Sloth and Clarkey on laps. We'll go on board with Clarkey. And Woods has retired. What's he done?
He's retired. Where is he?
Oh, he's lost it on the pit straight. He's hit the wall of champions. I think he's gone to go into the wall of champions and then swerved to avoid it. It's Clarkio's ping on 1086. Very impressive there. Swerved to avoid the wall of champions and then just gone flying into the wall, isn't he? Into the pit wall. And look, you can see there.
Oh dear.
That's not good for Woods then. He's in P5. So he will be out now, starting 15th at best for Woods. Sloth goes up to P7 for 109.3. It's a great lap there from Sloth. Yeah, Woods the first casualty of Canada then. It's the wall of champions. He's talking in the lobby again. You see his headphones popping up the top right of the screen. I suppose he just swerved to avoid the wall of champions, or maybe even hit into the wall of champions, and then it was that heavy impact it threw him into the pit wall. Not good there. And at the moment, both AlphaTauri's going out. Siege hasn't joined back in the session yet. Justin, if you're in the pits, can you get him another invite? I'm sure you're friends with him on here.
Yeah,
just in case. He hasn't got the other ones, but Siege is struggling anyway, so he does need to get back in the session pretty soon. Liam's invalidated yet again. And Sean's invalidated too, so they're the guys at the bottom at the moment at risk of going out. Have a quick look into the comments in a minute. Just going to quickly post the link to the stream on Twitter. Something I'm always forgetting. Always told to get it on the Twitter and I always forget. There we go, that is on there now.
Offline, does he normally have it online, or have you got to go offline?
Just find him, it'd be great. Liam then, I think he's now starting another lap. Hopefully he can get a lap time set this time. Farf still in the pits then. Nightwing is out on track. I think he'll start another lap. He's saved up his ERS. Go on board with Liam then. Let's see where he's struggling because he can't get a lap set at the moment. Still 6.5 minutes left. Yeah, you do want to take a bit of the grass there. That's really hard. A little less coming out of sector 1. This bit here, you want to ride a lot of the curb. That's what I tend to do, and then swoop over again. It's taking a wide line there. I tend to get a bit of the grass there, but and again, that's why I commentate and not racing this league. I've raced in this league a couple of times. It's not ended well. He's a bit wobbly, Liam, but again, that's probably because these soft tyres are 4 laps old. It's just about getting time on the board at the moment. He's got through most of the track now. It is just about a little chicane coming onto the straight, isn't it? That is the difficult bit, and all the pressure's on there. Vintage saying good evening, gents. Serious Mushroom saying good luck, you tryhard soul. Serious Mushroom is in P13 at the moment, 4th in the standings. What season he's had. Sure, he'll be looking to pick up an award or two when we do them next week. Liam, there we go. He's going to get this lap time set. What can he do? It's a 109.7, so he's only 14th, so he's definitely in trouble at the moment. But at least it is a lap time set. That's better than nothing. Nightwing's invalidated yet again. So as it stands, both Haas drivers, J Story and Siege, struggling down the bottom. They're in the drop zone. Both AlphaTauris down there too. Nightwing and Farf, and they're both in the pits too. So it's not looking great for them. And then Sean's down last at the moment. He's on an outlap low. He needs to get a lap time set. So Liam there, you know it weren't the quickest, but it's getting a time set. You obviously can't get through if you're not going to set a time. Let's have a look in the comments again. Team Sloth saying Swanshanks. Shadow saying good luck lads. Denzo is seriously quick on this track on practice on Thursday. Isn't he seriously quick on all of them though, Shadows? And Theo saying Denzo's going to win the standings in the season. Yeah, I do think it's looking pretty inevitable now with Idenzo, isn't it? There's so much competition around him, but Idenzo just seems to be ahead of it, whereas Cowie and Siege tend to be in the mix with the competition around of Clarkey, Sully, Tango and Rick, and you know there's other drivers on other occasions as well. Serious Mushroom, Crooksy himself too. So it's Idenzo's just beating it all off, isn't he? And Dylan's in the comments saying evening lads too. Let's hope Sean can get a lap set then. 4 minutes left. Pressure will be on a bit now. Farf still on out lap 2. Not far behind Sean. I missed KD there. Got to P3. Great lap there from him. And he's getting out of the way for Sean as well through sector 1. Sean keeps it tidy through sector 1. Don't want to clip the grass there. That's what I always do. Clip the grass and then lose it a tad. That's it. That's better from Sean. We saw Liam go a bit wide there. It's clipping that curve, isn't it? Getting as close to it as you can to get more speed. You don't want to lose speed while going wide there and then risk going into the wall. Again, he's a little bit wobbly there, Sean, but he wouldn't have lost too much time. This is looking quicker than Liam's time, but then again, I've said that before and someone's been about a second behind, so don't take my word for that. Racing Point and looking good in the constructors' stands, aren't they? When Q1 ends, we'll have a look through the standings. Just not been timing, it's non-stop here, isn't it? Short track, constantly cars on the track. Last bit for Sean, can he keep it together? Little correction there, and he's done it perfectly in the end. Good there from Sean. What time can it be? It is a 1:09.4, and yes, it is 3/10 fast on Liam. P11 for Sean. Moves Bradfield down, moves Cowie down. Cowie's now coming out of the pits. Serious Mushroom has just started a lap, so Cowie's going to have to get out of the way for him. Serious Mushroom in 14th. Woods is out then, he is in 16th, but he's crashed his car anyway, so he is going to be out. Serious Mushroom then. Well, he's 2/10 faster than Liam, so... And he's a 10.5 up as well through sector 1. There we go, he rode that curve really, really nicely. Again, gone a tad wide, but both Alpha Tauris are also on laps as well, just behind. It's a bit wide. Would have lost a 10th or so there. I think Serious Mushroom is a bit wide coming to that first little right-hander, wasn't he? Now, this is a hard braking zone. You really want to get either really close to the curb, you don't seem to lose much, or wider. If you try and do a bit of both, I tend to lose time there. I don't know about anyone else. That's just me. Idenzo is out on the track as well. I think he's setting another time. He's back across the line. Sean across the line as well. Serious Mushroom, let's see what he can do. He keeps it together, although he's close to all the champions there, wasn't he? Serious Mushroom, he's about to cross the line, and he does a 1:09.3, puts on to P9, looking really good then for Serious Mushroom. I think he might be safe. Jay Bradford's on an outlap. Both Ferraris are on laps. They're going through sector 1, and we got a car virtually stopped still on the track. Not sure if that's Idenzo, and it is Idenzo. I think he was just getting out of the way there for a few cars coming through, and Nightwing goes up to P3. So that's 5th lap. As Crooksy's retired in the pits. That's his 5th lap on those tyres, Nightwing, and Tango's done the same on 5 laps. Although I think Tango set his time on before, but Nightwing, great lap there. He's got some decent pace, hasn't he? But still slower than Idenzo, who's on medium tyres. So it drops Liam out then in 16th, though he is nearly half a second up on his time. And his teammate behind is taking that wide line, as we mentioned a minute ago. Not far behind him. Bradfield on lap 2 through sector 1. Let's have a look then. Liam is about to cross the line. He's kept it validated. Surely this is going to be safe for him. P4 for Liam, finally showing the pace we know that he's got. 3.5 temps clear. Up Cowie is. He's lucky not to invalidate. Oh, he's hit the wall. He should be okay. Might have wing damage. I don't think he'll lose too much time. Cowie crosses the line. It's P3. Fantastic there for Cowie. Vice Sheng's retired. And Chaz has retired too in the pit. So they're at risk here. At the moment, Bradfield is out. Siege is out. Unfortunately, he's not joined back. So Siege is going to be out. Farf is coming to the pits too, so Farf's going to start last. Siege 19th. Jay Story's on a lap. If he can improve, Woods is going to be out. Vice Sheng's in danger. Bradfield's about to cross the line here. He's really wobbly, but he keeps it together. This is going to drop Vice Sheng down, I'm sure, and it does. P8 for Bradfield. Vice Sheng, so both Red Bulls are out. Vice Sheng's out, Woods is out, Siege is out, Farf is out. It's all on Jay Story now as he's about to cross the line. Jay Story, he doesn't improve. He's 2.5 temps down, unfortunately. And that is it then. I don't think Jay Story's going to go again. And he is not. So there we go. And Chazza and Crooksy survived by the skin of their teeth in the end. And we got Farf out in last. Didn't set a lap, unfortunately. Siege in 19th. He left the session. I'm not sure why. Or if he got kicked or his internet's disconnected. But he's starting down 19th. His teammate Jay Story's just ahead in 18th. Good lap time though from Jay Story. It's been a couple of weeks lately. He's been about a second and a half off the pace in Q1. But he's only a few temps off getting through. And then both Red Bulls, Woods in 17th after crashing, and Vice Sheng, very unlucky reserving for us today, last minute call-ups. He wouldn't have got much practice in, and he's only 25 hundredths off Chazza. Chazza, who's very lucky to get through there. Great start to Q1 then. I think just waiting on Bradfield, and then we're done. Oh, Jay Story as well, because Jay Story crossed the line too, but they'll come in the pits, and then we will be done. Gives us an opportunity to look through the standings then, doesn't it? So, Idenzo 335 points, unbelievable. Cowie's on 262, Siege on 257. There's a big gap to Serious Mushroom 138, Clarkey on 102, Rick Dalton on 93. So Clarkey and Rick Dalton really going to be chasing up to that P4 for Serious Mushroom if he makes any mistakes over the next 3 races. So that P4's up for grabs. Jockey Hockey's P7th, although he's not raced for us the last 4 or 5 weeks. And he's going to be in the championship next year as he can't make the Saturdays. Crooksy's up to P8, Knowles in P9, he's not turned up today. Sean in 10th. Tango 11th, who's really climbing up the tables. Nightwing in 12th, only on 33 points. His quali pace is incredible. If it was on quali pace, Nightwing would be right at the top. Not far from Idenzo, I'm sure. There's confirmation there. And Crooksy got through in the mediums too, but Idenzo, that time on mediums, unbelievable. He must have a few more temps in the locker as well. Confirmation of who's going out there. And as we confirmed earlier, Irish down with 0 points. KD's on 0, but he's protected from relegation anyway, just because it's not fair to relegate him after 1 or 2 races. Next season as well, me and KD are going to share commentary duty and a seat on the grid, and we'll be doing 1 week on, 1 week off, alternating like that. Jay Story's got 5 points, Chaz has got 9, Woods has got 10, so they are the 3 in contention for going down with Irish and Jockey Hockey. Woods 10, Chaz 9, Jay Story 5, and at the moment it is Jay Story in that seat, but just a couple of points for him and that can move him safe. And take a breath, there we go. Have a quick look into the comments again then. We got Dylan saying Idenzo is Hamilton in disguise. It's just miles ahead, isn't he? You'd think he's on in a Mercedes and unrealistic, wouldn't you, Idenzo? Come on, Sully. Good result incoming after last week's great drive, saying Shadows. And yeah, I'm so happy for Sully last week. I even messaged him to say well done, because he's been in quite a few races of late. He's just been so unlucky. And obviously being down the bottom of the standings as well, the pressure must have been on, knowing that you're only a few races away from relegation. So to finally get some decent points, move himself out of the relegation battle, no pressure on him now. He can just drive it to the max, can't he? And Serious Mushroom saying times are so close apart from the top 4. Yes, they were, weren't they? There's less than about 9 temps that covered them all. And yeah, the top 4 were incredibly quick. But again, the qualifying pace never really means anything, does it? It does. Obviously, you want to qualify higher up, but as I mentioned earlier with Nightwing, the amount of times I've seen him qualify right at the top, and he's raced nearly every race apart from one. He's had 19 races and only got 33 points. So he's got the pace, just finding it hard in the races, isn't he? Let's have a look at what tyres they are fitting in. And there we go, we've got most of them going on to the mediums, as you'd expect. Obviously Q2, the time you go through with, if you go through on those tyres, they are the tyres you have to start the race on. And that is why most are going for the mediums. Medium hard, potential of a 1 stop. Soft hard round here's got to be quite hard on the tyre wear. People start on softs, might go for a 2 stopper. Idenzo is out on the softs. We do think he would, as he uses mediums in Q1, and Crooksy as well. He's in the pits, but he uses mediums to go through in Q1 too, so it wouldn't surprise me if he changed. Oh, Jesus Christ, how quick are we going around this track? KD's on a lap already. I've only just started watching. KD then, he's got no traffic in front of him. Oh, he had to do a bit of a correction there. Oh, how's that invalidated? That is absolutely rubbish. He didn't even go 4 wheels off. He's got a train of 5 cars behind him coming up, and I don't know what these guys are. There's a couple on outlaps to be fair, but Sully's at the front of this queue, and then got Crooksy who is on an outlap, and he's getting out of the way of Clarkey who's on an outlap, and then we've got the 2 Mercedes who are also on outlaps. They're all on outlaps, so they just need to find themselves a bit of space, don't they? Rick Dalton's going to slow down so Crooksy can pull away. I'm sure Bradfield behind will slow down as well, but he can't slow down too much. He's got Sean on a lap just behind him. He's coming up right behind you now, so I'd get out of the way.
Yeah, I'll be able to get that straight.
There we go, Justin gets out of the way as closely as well as he could. Sully invalidated his tyre, unfortunately. He's coming straight in the pits. He might have only had fuel for 1 lap. Sean, and I think he's going to be first a set of times. The 2 guys in front are on outlaps. Let's see what Sean can do. He had a bit of trouble setting a lap in Q1, and he's going to set a lap here on the mediums. Great start there for Sean. Let's see what time he can do. He crossed the line. It is a 109.9. So there we go. He's in the 1.9s. Good lap from Sean there for being on the mediums too. Both Ferraris crossing the line next to set their times. Oh, excuse me. Cowie invalidated Lissan next, and Liam, he invalidated his lap, but it obviously wasn't on that final corner because this lap is validated. So Cowie must have had a problem going into the wall of champions as Tango goes P1. Oh, Liam spun it, and he's not lost his wheel, thank goodness for that. But you see him ride the curb there, and he is out of the way. He's just got to stick there for a second. His front wing's gone. Shame there for Liam, because he's really pushing it, wasn't he? He just clipped too much of that curb, it invalidated his time, and then he went flying into the wall. So yeah, I think that was 4 wheels off. So only 2 drivers set a time then. As it stands, as Woods is still talking on the mic. Chaz and Sully in the pits then. Idenzo must have invalidated his lap 2, as we see KD then, he does set a time, so 109.8, then he's ahead of Sean. Just behind Tango though. Clarkey P1 of a 108.8, great lap for the mediums that is from Clarkey, and Crooksy's P2 and a 109.2, so he's already been on these mediums in Q1, so of course for some reason you're only allocated 1 set of mediums, even if you go to a harder selection. And Rick Dalton behind is a 109.4. Next up's going to be Bradfield, he does a 110.0, so it's just off Sean's pace, and I think for Bradfield who's reserving, might as well just go for the softs and do a 2-stopper. Enjoy it. We've got a bit of a train going through sector 2 at the moment as well, so you're about to see McLaren of Tango start another lap. He's going again on these medium tyres. He misses the apex through turn 1, but then got a racing point of Idenzo. Let's see what time he's on the soft tyres. It's a 108.1. Second lap on those softs. Yeah, you'd think that's committing to a 2-stop, wouldn't you? Because he's not going to have too much wear left in those tyres. Unless he extends on that stint and then maybe extends on the hards as well. Still possible, but I think for Idenzo there's no need to take tyre wear risks and getting a puncture, which we have seen a couple of times this season, haven't we? And Idenzo, we know he's incredibly good. He went, I think he went out 14 laps on the softs in Abu Dhabi before he eventually spun. So we know he's quality on tyre wear too. I'm not sure who's on a lap at the moment then. I think Sloth is. I think it is just Sloth on a lap. Taking a lot of the curb there, but he's entitled to do that, of course, as he's not invalidated. Idenzo gets out of the way. Takes a nice line there. Straightens up nicely too, Sloth. Sloth, who's been reserved in the last 6 or 7 weeks now. He's had a seat almost every week in at least one league. He's going to be full-time in the championship next year, and he has won a race in the championship, of course, hasn't he? I think that was in Hungary he won. Very pacey through there from Sloth. This looks like it's going to be a good lap as well. I am Sloth cross the line. 109.1 for Sloth on the medium tyre. He's quicker than his teammate. Might have to rethink put him in a championship. I mean, he's got the pace for this league, absolutely. Incredible lap for Sloth. 109.1, wow. 3 tenths quicker than Rick, 5 tenths quicker than Tango. And he really went for it though, didn't he? He really went. Again, the reserves tend to get decent points. We've seen, because they do just go for it a little bit more, don't they? Because they've got nothing to lose. They're not in danger of getting relegated. Let's see, I think that's Liam or Cowie behind Sloth. No, it's Liam. Cowie's now coming up to start a lap. We've got Nightwing and Serious Mushroom out in the mediums too. What can Serious Mushroom do? He crosses the line. P7, 109.7 for Serious Mushroom. Just ahead of his teammate KD. KD, who is in danger now. Sloth is on an in lap. Sully is on a lap through sector 1. It's about to finish sector 1. Nightwing now starting sector 2. It comes up purple sector 1, but we know that is always rubbish. Did Clarkey set his time on the softs? No, he didn't. There we go. So this is what they've set their times on now. Idenzo, the only one to have gone on softs. So I think everyone might be looking at a 1-stop. We've got yellow flag for absolutely no reason. And Cowie has invalidated already. So Cowie in trouble, isn't he? So Siege not even in the session yet. I'm not quite sure why. I think his internet might have gone. Starting down the back anyway, even if he does join back. And then Cowie struggling to set a time here as well. It's looking really good for Idenzo, isn't it? Nightwing invalidated then. And he's invalidated Lissan next too, so he's got to come back to the pits, and that is really painful, isn't it? Really harsh from the game there, but I suppose if you do gain advantage from cutting the final corner on the next lap, then that's only fair. Though it is minimal. Liam's invalidated too. So leave 3 cars invalidated. Everyone else is in the pits, apart from Sloth and Sully. I think Sully's going again on these mediums, isn't he? No, he's not. He's slowing down now. So we only got a bit of a break in play. Absolutely nobody on a lap, although KD's about to change that as he's about to cross the line. I think Tango behind him as well. So they're going for one more run on the mediums, I think, and then if they don't improve enough this time, they might go to the softs. Some risk it and go back into the pits and just leave it. Some go on the mediums for an extra run, but of course if you do get through, you then got less laps to do in the race on those tyres. More laps, sorry, because they're going to be worn out quicker. Again, that time for my Denzo, 108.1, his second lap on those softs as well. I wouldn't surprise me if we see a time in Q3 for my Denzo in the 107s, and KD's really spinning there. Looks like he's got no traction on. He is still a tenth and a bit up, so as it stands he will overtake his teammate, but he needs to find another tenth or two, but he'd like to, in sector 3 to have any chance really going through on these mediums, because 4 cars yet to set a lap. Cowie, yes, Cowie's going to set a lap now. He makes it through the last couple of corners well. Cowie crosses the line, P7 for Cowie. There we go then. Not safe there at all. Nightwing has invalidated again, unfortunately, so he is really in trouble, Nightwing. Liam in P14 coming down the back straight, as we've just seen. I think that's Tango got to P3. Great up there from Tango. And Idenzo does a 107.8. He's done it now. There we go. Great lap from Idenzo there. And Liam crosses the line as well, and that is a good lap from Liam, but it might not be good enough. He joins his teammate. P9 and P10 at the moment, both Ferraris in danger. Nightwing 14th, Chazzy yet to set a lap. Not quite sure why he's sat in the garage still. But Idenzo 107.8. Absolutely incredible. Never seen pace like it. Unbelievable. What a champion this guy is. Unless he
races on the pad as well, doesn't he?
Unless he crashes out the next 3 races, and Carey wins all 3. This man looks like champion material, doesn't he? Not quite sure if we've got a lap at the moment. A Sloth improved again. 108.9. I think Sloth's improved again.
He's done 4 laps on the mediums.
Yeah, he has gone up again. A fantastic Sloth's got some incredible pace.
Brilliant,
Round here, isn't he? Really, really good. This is a track. If you get in the swing of things and you don't get penalties, you're going to like it. As Nightwing, he is on a lap, but this is not looking particularly fast. I feel it went through that corner, but of course, he might have had a stonk in sector 1 and sector 2. We've only seen that little bit. Let's just hope we can get a time set. Chazza needs to come out the pits too as well. Let's see what Nightwing can do then. He's going through sector 3. Last couple of corners then. Incredibly quick through there, and he doesn't invalidate too. You see why he invalidates a lot, because he's going so fast. And Nightwing crosses the line. It's a 108.7. Incredible time from Nightwing, but still a second off Idenzo. Of course, he was on the mediums too, so Nightwing looks like he's safe on those mediums, and he's the only car out on track, as everyone else is in the pit lane. It gives me a couple of minutes to catch my breath and read through the comments then. Chad is saying Dylan 100%, he's been unlucky, but due a good run. Podium today. Yeah, hashtag Team Sully. They're going to that. There's a podium for Sully last week, wasn't there? He started his first decent points for us. No DT Bevs, no view, saying Jeffsy. And DT Bevs, he'll be in the championship next year after getting promotion from League One. You see Chazza is now on an out lap, so we'll put you on board with him. Once we look through the comments again. Well, I'm out. Good, saying Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom's in P12, so he doesn't look like he's going again from what he's saying. And Tango's definitely not go again, as he's retired in the pits. He's in the 108, so you'd think that'd be safe, wouldn't you? Unless everyone goes for the mediums, goes for the softs. So we'll have a look at fitted. There we go, and so look, cars in the pits ready for the softs, aren't they? Cowie, Liam, KD, Crooksy, Bradfield and Chaz. And of course with Idenzo starting on the softs, you know, it does create a chain reaction. We saw it the other day, a few weeks ago it was, I think it was Mexico. Crazy Bill went onto the soft tyres by accident. He put the wrong tyres on, set a lap, put in P1, and it just chain reaction. Next person put softs on, next person put softs on. It just kept going like that, and in the end all 10 in the top 10 were starting on the soft tyres because of that. Shadow's saying Dylan hopefully can do it. He has the pace, just needs to get the right strategy and a bit of luck with no instance, absolutely. And Sully is fast, good chance for him of course. Now he's safe as well from relegation. He's going to be going for it. Oh, how's that invalidated? Sean's invalidated listen next lap, isn't it? Yeah, it has. We need to get round and go again. That is absolutely ridiculous. He didn't go 4 wheels off at all. Rubbish. And Tango saying bollocks to it. If I go out, I go out. There we go. I didn't pick that up as a swear word. Yeah, Tango in P5. I think he's looking pretty safe there anyway. Serious Mushrooms in the pits. Rick Dalton's in the pits. He's not coming out again. Neither's Sully. So there we go. You think Tango would be safe, wouldn't you? But there are a few, like I say, going on the soft, so you don't know, do you? Top 4 are in the pits. They're definitely safe. There we go. Sully's in the pits too. So yeah, Sully's retired too. Yeah, top 4 are definitely safe. I'm not too sure about the McLaren though, as there are so many going to the softs now. Serious Mushrooms definitely going to be out. Rick Dalton I think is going to be out too. That's going to be close between the rest of them. Who's going to be first across the line? It's going to be Bradfield on the soft tyres then. Let's see what he can do. He's really looking really tidy, and this is going to be a really quick lap from Bradfield, isn't it? He gets into a 109.1. He splits the McLaren, so that could be the difference. I think Tango's definitely going to be safe now. Not too sure about Sully though. Next one across the line is going to be the Racing Point of Sean just to start another lap. There we go. He's validated this time. Next one is going to be, I think that's Crooksy on his out lap. He needs to get a wiggle on. He's got 10 seconds. He needs, don't rush it, otherwise he'll invalidate. He's got 6, 5, 4, 3, and he's going to make it. He makes it with 2 seconds left. So Crooksy's starting his lap then. Next up across the line is going to be Liam. It's P6 for Liam. So there we go. Sully's looking in trouble, isn't he? Bradfield's not on another lap. So yes, Sully's definitely in trouble. Cowie's going to be next. He's kept it validated too. Cowie crosses the line. What can he do? And Chaz has crossed the line. Not in time. Cowie's up to P4. Comfortable for Cowie. Pushes Sully down to 9th then. Yeah, Chaz didn't get a time set, so he's out in last. Sean is a 10th and a half up, so he can still improve. Serious Mushroom and Rick Dalton are out. Crooksy's on a lap too. He's improving. But KD and P10, he's not improved anymore, so he's in danger now as well. Bradfield is safe. Sully and KD, the ones in danger from Crooksy and from Sean. We're going to watch Sean come through the last couple of chicanes. He keeps it clean, but it doesn't look too fast. He was sliding a lot through there, Sean. I don't think this is going to be enough. And he improves just, but it is only P14 for Sean into Crooksy. Can he knock out KD? I think he might if he carries on and doesn't invalidate here. And he doesn't invalidate. I think this is going to be enough for Crooksy. I think KD is going to be out here. Crooksy comes across the line, the Renault, and it's P2. Fantastic lap there from Crooksy. 108.4, safely through. KD knocked out then P11 unfortunately. Rick Dalton in 12th, Serious Mushroom 13th, Sean in 14th, and Chaz in 15th then. So there we go, we have both Ferraris through and both Renaults through into Q3. Great lap there from Crooksy under pressure. There we go, we have our top 10 then. A real mixture, isn't it? 5 on the mediums, 5 on the softs, and Nightwing, Clarkey, Sloth, Tango and Sully all on the mediums. Bradfield, Liam, Cowie, Crooksy and Idenzo on the softs. Only cars with yeah, 3 constructors through with both cars. So both Renaults, both Ferraris and both McLarens through. So looking good for both of them. Both Ferraris on softs, Renaults are split, and then both McLarens on mediums. So bit of a team game going on there. But Idenzo, you can't see anyone stopping that, can you? Pace is just unbelievable. And then Crooksy and Nightman look good too. Of course, Crooksy is on the soft tyres as well though. And then confirmation of KD, Rick, Serious Mushroom, Sean and Chaz are out. Again, Chaz left it really late. I'm not quite sure why. Serious Mushroom saying that's the spirit, Tango. Absolutely. And it's paid off for him, isn't it? Because he is through. Dylan saying this track is bad for track limits, but Sully got very, very good chance for a podium and need to keep it clean because track limits is bad. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, if you keep it to, it's the first thing I think to getting wins under your belt. I mean, we saw it with Siege at the beginning of the season. He just got no penalties, did he? And then Idenzo now just doesn't get any penalties, you know, because that's the one thing that put you off. You get a safety car last few laps and you've got loads of penalties. If you're 20 seconds clear in the lead, that's no good because you can end up finishing last under the safety car. You've got to avoid the penalties. I was saying this to Bradfield the other day. Avoid the penalties as a first step, even if you've not got the best pace at a certain track. Of just avoid penalties, and it puts you in with a chance right to the end. Something to fight for. Right. Why is tangled? My dressing gown. Oh, come on. Right. Who is on the track then? Let's have a little look. First one out, I'm guessing that is Idenzo, and it is not Idenzo because Clarkie's up in front of him. Didn't see Clarkie there. So Clarkie's going to get the attention in from the cameras. Good luck Ferrari boys, saying for me in a moment in the comments. Jake Desai picking up a P4 for Ferrari yesterday. I never looked through the constructor stands, did I? Where's my phone? It's here. Watch Clarkie's lap at the same time. Right, constructors quickly. Racing Point on 379, Ferrari 321, Haas 263, Mercedes 235. So yeah, they are the top four. Racing Point looking really, really good, aren't they? So joint constructors that are really interesting at the moment though. See Clarkie about to go through this little chicane. He keeps it clean. Oh, he's pushing it to the limit. It's fantastic from Clarkie. He needs to challenge Idenda, doesn't he? 18.9 for sector 1. Looking really tidy and really fast. Joint constructors really close at the top between Haas, Ferrari and Racing Point. Racing Point being in third, so if Idenda pick up some more points for them today, that'd be great for them. See, I look at this Clarkie lap. It looks incredible. Quick, pacey out the corners. Getting the lap perfect, and then Idenzo somehow will just come and do it by a few attempts. Oh, as I say that, Clarkie's getting really wobbly. He's wobbled a couple of times there, Clarkie coming onto this straight. Had lost him a couple of attempts. See what Clarkie can do then. How quick is that through there? That's incredible. Clarkie comes across the line and it's a 108.1, which is a fantastic lap. Take nothing away from it. But watch this from Idenzo. What's this going to be? Close your eyes. It's a 108.0, so he's only a tenth ahead of Clarkie. And Clarkie had a wobble in his lap too. Sully's a 108.8. So then, might have a bit of competition going on then. Because Idenzo is not the perfect lap. Surprised that didn't invalidate Tango there. I think he went 4 wheels off. So lucky boy there, Tango. He crossed the lines of 108.4 just ahead of his teammate Sully. By about 4 attempts actually. But Clarkie can compete with Idenzo because he's got a couple of attempts, as we know. Hidden away. What has he done there? He's nearly lost his wheel there. I'm not quite sure why he did that. As Crooks, he's up to P4. Splits the McLaren. Bradfield's on a lap. I think the Ferrari's going to be next. That's going to be Liam. He's got Cowie behind him. Probably getting a distant tow. And again, he nearly went 4 wheels off there. It's giving a bit of leeway, isn't it, today? Liam comes across the line and it's only a 191 for Liam there. And Cowie, he's going to follow him now. What time? Oh, Cowie's a slow lap from Cowie, so he's going to be going again. As you see, the guys that set the laps now coming to the pits. Bradfield's got his way through the traffic as a Sloth is further behind. Hopefully McLaren in front gets well out of the way, and Tango does. Idenzo has just set a 107.8 then. He's got more pace than a locker on his second lap on him. Gets back into 107's quality lap there. Jay Bradfield's going to be next. He's run out of fuel. Well, that's a rookie mistake, that. Nightwing's on out lap then. Not seen him set a lap yet. Sloth then is about to come across the line. Looked incredibly quick in Q2, and it's P6 for Sloth then. So the McLarens and the Renaults are taking it in turns from P3 down to P6. With Ferrari then taking a 4th row. Bradfield yet to set a time after running out of fuel. And Nightwing's coming back in the pits as well. I'm not quite sure why. He didn't invalidate. Not sure what Nightwing's doing there. There we go. I'm at a bit of a standstill now. Cowie's going again. Oh, Cowie's actually on another lap, isn't he? Forgot that. Cowie then, let's see what he can do. His first competitive times of 109.4, so he's had a few attempts off his teammate and Liam. Don't think this is one of Cowie's favourite tracks, to say it at least. He needs to win today, because Siege starting down 19th. I can't see that happening. So Cowie needs to win to stop Idenzo winning a title, and that is going to take a lot of change in the race. Don't think anyone else is on the lap. No, they're not. Idenzo comes in the pits then as well. I know going for a chicken should be easy, saying for the moments. What the hell have I just read the comments into? I think I've missed previous messages, haven't I? Oh, how they get for the chicken that fast, no problem is beyond me. Yeah, serious mushrooms, absolutely right. I just can't do it. I have to break so much more going into it. But these guys, this is the reason these are in the Premier League. It's just incredible. The pace, I can never go that quick, no matter how much you practice. It's just, you watch the stick their ghosts on when you're doing time trials, and you just think, how are they getting the pace there? If I do that, I'm going to crash.
Yeah, it's incredible. So much grip.
We got
endless amount of grip.
Yeah. Sully's on an outlap. He's going for it again. Got a bit early. Maybe he thinks he can get 2 more runs in if he's got the correct amount of tyres. He's starting on the medium, so he's not going to need his softs if he's planning a 1-stop for medium to hard. So he might as well do 3 runs now. We saw Mercedes do 3 runs, didn't we? In Q3 today in Sakir. So 19.0 for Sully. He's up on his first lap time, and you expect him to be as well, because he was a couple of tenths below where you'd expect him to be. He's 4 tenths off Tango, his teammate. A second off by Denzo, but there's no need to compare that. He's just an absolute animal at this game. Sully then is looking at a really tight lap. We've got Nightwing on lap 2. He's just started it. He's 2.5 tenths up, Sully then. So there we go. This is going to be close to his teammate. Really tidy line there as well as he comes onto the back straight. This is the challenger then. Can he get through the last couple of corners? Look at that. I mean, how do you do that? At that pace without crossing the line and validate. It's a 108.3 for Sully. He's quicker than Tango in the end. We thought he had a bit more time, and he absolutely has. Great lap there from Sully. Crooksy's just started lap 2. Nightwing's going to be next across the line, but guess what? Nightwing has invalidated, unfortunately. Although he should be saving up to go again. Hopefully he doesn't pull into the pits. Liam is on another lap. As we said, well, Crooksy was on another lap. He slowed down, I'm not quite sure why. And there we go. That is it for the moment. We'll keep on board with Liam. He's 2 tenths up as well. Always a bit slidey there though. Might pick up a bit of a toe from the car in front. Got DRS open. Crooksy gets out of the way. His sector 2 time, what is that? It is just over 2.5 tenths up. So as it stands, he'll just go ahead of Sloth, because it's such a big gap between the top 5 and the rest, isn't it? Well, P1 and then the rest, and then P2 to P5 is 4 tenths between them. And there's a gap of about 4 tenths down to Sloth in 6th. Let's see what Liam can do then. Now that was, again, I say it every time they come through, but really quick. They're getting to the groove of things now. Liam crosses the line. He does go ahead of Sloth as we thought, and he is still about a tenth off P5 from Crooksy then. So Liam, he might still have a bit more time. Don't think he's going to have time to come in the pits and change tyres again though, so that might be Liam done. As Nightwing then he's got into sector 3 without invalidating his time, so this is definitely one to watch out for, because we know he's got incredible quality pace, Nightwing. In the AlphaTauri then, who have not picked up many points this season, AlphaTauri, they bottom of the joint constructors. Oh, his line weren't perfect there, Nightwing. I think he lost a bit of time going through there. And Nightwing crosses the line. P4 splits the McLarens just ahead of Tango. Then Tango, who as we join him, is coming out of the pits. I think Nightwing could have got a couple more temps there, but I'm sure he'll be happy to at least have a time on the board. He might save. He's not got low fuel flashing, so I think he'll just save up now and then go again. He's got a Renault coming up behind him, so he needs to move out of the way. I think that Renault is must be Sloth because Crooksy's in the pits. Sloth is on a lap 2. There we go. Nightwing gets out of the way nicely. So Sloth looking to gain to get the cars ahead. Liam has retired in the pits, then he knows he can't make it again, so Liam's going to start 7th at best. Good for him to get through the Q3. He's missed out on a few times lately as well. Bradfield's on his out lap. Cowie is on a lap. That's Clarkey bursting out of the pit lane.
Oh, I've done my wicket. Do it.
Bradfield's done his winging.
Lost it.
He has, yeah. Well, that's Bradfield done then. So he's not going to get in the 108s without a front end plate, so he might as well come back in the pits. That's Bradfield starting in P10. Confirm that. I don't know what that car is. That Nightwing? And what he's doing that far out. I mean, we say getting out of the way, but that is a bit extreme. Nightwing. It's at risk of getting disqualified down to P10 there. I don't know what he's doing. Clarkey passes him. Nightwing just getting out of the way, I think. It's one word to describe it. Tango's invalidated, unfortunately. Is he going to get back in time? 18 seconds. I don't think Tango's going to get to the line in time to get another lap done, so I think Tango might be done. We have to keep our eyes on that one. Nightwing is up and going again, and he is going to be going again, I think, and he is. Oh, he's got a poor line though. He's not going to have much speed as he crosses the line. Sully's gone for another lap. Clarkey is invalidated, unfortunately, as well. Idenzo's invalidated too, but it doesn't matter because I think he'll be on pole position anyway. So Idenzo's done. Clarkey is done. Sully's going again. Let's see what his time through sector 1 is going to be. He's a tenth and a bit down. Unfortunately, Nightwing's invalidated, so he's not going to be setting another time. And Tango, can he do it then? He's got 4. He's not going to do it, is he? 2, 1, 0. Unfortunately, that is it for Tango. He's going to cross the line. Checkered flag is waving. Crooksy did get there just in time, so he's about to start his lap. Cowie's on lap 2, although he's not up at the moment. He's slightly down his time. That's pretty neat as we join him on board, so he'd have gained a bit of time there. Sloths out in 9th, Bradford out in 10th. We're just keeping our eyes now on Crooksy, Cowie and Sully. Sully's going to be first across the line out of those 3. He'll be looking, he's 2 and a bit tenths off Clarkey. Oh, he's cut the corner there. He really went for it, and he knew he had to go for it to get any positions gained. And yeah, he would have gained a bit more time, and he would have been ahead of Clarkey. That's with cutting the corner though, so I don't think he'd have done it anyway. Cowie's going to be next from P8 then. He's up to P3. Cowie, where did he get that time from in sector 3? Incredible lap there from Cowie. He's been nowhere near the top all qualifying session. He's suddenly pulled a rabbit out of the hat there. Well done, Cowie. Crooksy's up next then. Incredibly quick, look at that. Crooksy, this is going to be a good time. He might still at P3, might even still P2, and it's only P4 in the end for Crooksy. He's a tenth and a half of Clarkey. And Cowie and Crooksy, we always sadly end up right next to each other, and they are P3 and P4. They always have a good battle, those two. Idenzo and Clarkey, the top 2. Cowie and Crooksy, P3 and 4. God, it's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? We've got Clarkey, Cowie and Crooksy all starting next to each other, but it's Idenzo, the man who is in the waiting to be crowned the first Premier League champion of weekend night racing, who takes pole position. You'd have been silly to bet against that, wouldn't you?
Incredible lap.
Close between Nightwing and Tango there for P6 and P7. McLaren, I think, again, solid positions for McLaren, solid performances, but I'm sure they'd secretly be a bit disappointed after being higher up throughout the session. Nightwing as well in P6. I'm sure he'd have found more time if he'd have got more times validated at least. Liam in P8. Oh, sorry, he's got something to eat. Sloth in P9 didn't show as much pace, did he? As he showed, I think his time on the mediums was better than that in Q2. So he definitely didn't get full pace out of those soft tyres in Q3, did he? Let's go get a drink. Oh, it's looking dark. Give myself pouring a drink on the stream. So Siege he's not in the session still, is he? So Siege is out then. Unfortunately, he's not joined back. I'm not sure why. Presume it's a connection error. Did you look at the weather? Did anyone look at the weather forecast? It looks like it's dark.
Loud, yeah.
Bradfield going to go pole now, saying serious mushroom. Huh. Brilliant lap by Cowie. Yeah, it was brilliant. Formula 1 was cheering that as well because Ferrari looking good now. Got a joint stands, aren't they? Low 9s were savage yesterday. What a difference. Yeah, low 9s were brilliant yesterday. And now we got that. It's such a big difference. 107s for Idenzo. Good luck all saying Serious Mushroom. Let's go, lads. Hope it's a good race. Saying Shatters. And best of luck saying Dylan as well. Let's get all the telemetry set up. And all that good stuff. So there we go. No one's going for the hards. If I was starting at the back, I'd start on the hards here. But yeah, Siege. It's a ghost, isn't it? It's such a shame. So both Hasses and both Red Bulls starting at the back. We have got 8 on the softs. We confirmed the 5 on the softs and 5 on mediums at the top 10. At the bottom 10, they're all on mediums apart from Chazza, Vice, Sheng and Siege. Well, Siege isn't really on the softs, is he? So he's ghosting, so it's just Chazza and Vice Sheng on the softs. Looking to get up through the field early on. It's a short lap, so cars are already going through sector 3 on their formation lap, as Idenzo is quite far in front of the rest. There he is. Clarkie's holding back a little bit. I think we saw Cummins do that in League 1 yesterday, didn't we? To excessive limits. So Cowie in P3, Crooks in P4, they're both on the soft tyres, so Clarkie might be looking in his mirrors at the first few laps of the race. Cowie and Crooksy, this is going to be a great battle, trust me. Cowie and Crooksy, both on the soft tyres, begin the race. It's going to be a great battle between them. We see Bradfield as well holding up the rest of the pack behind him. We've got Mercedes and Alfa Romeo alternating between 9th and 12th. Sorry, 10th and 13th. Good luck to these guys as we enter the last 3 races of the season. What a season it's been so far. Absolutely loved it. I think next week I'll be racing, KZ will be commentating, and I'll be commentating for the grand finale in 2 weeks' time. But we've got a race here to focus on now. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. And Idenzo, he's looking good to win it, isn't he? Looking good to win the title here today. He needs to avoid any mistakes. P7, it's done no matter what. So here we go then. We'll wait for the lights. We might see Siege jump off first after the lights as he's ghosting, but here we go. We've got lights. We've got the Renault's wheels moving funny at front. We've got 5 lights here. We have lights out and we are away. There we go. And Idenzo gets a good start. And Bradford's got a poor start as our telemetry's moved everywhere. But Idenzo takes the lead. Clarkie and Crooksy's having to move wide. Crooksy gets ahead of Cowie then. Crooksy's into P3. It's saying Bradfield's had a serious mushroom P3 here as well. But obviously that's all messed up. We've got blue flags and everything. Idenzo takes the lead. Clarkie's in second. Crooksy's third ahead of Cowie. In 5th we've got a McLaren. Nightwing in 6th. 7th is the other McLaren. I think Nightwing's looking for a move down the inside, is he? No, he's not. He decides to get to the end. Not a single yellow flag. Oh, and McLaren's getting wavy as well. Sully's lost out here. He's been taken by Nightwing. Side by side with his teammate now as well. And I think Tango's going to get through as well. So Sully, he's got a bit of wheel spin. He's lost out 2 positions there. Sloth is in 8th. Liam's in 9th. KD in 10th, he's gained a position. Rick in 11th, Serious Mushroom 12th. Bradford's lost a few positions, he's down in 13th. Vice Sheng put him under pressure too, but Sean down the back of Vice Sheng. And then Woods is fighting with Farf as well for P16. Farf goes down the inside and gets the move done as KD takes lead for P11. Chaz has fallen a few places to 18th. And both Hasses at the back then, Jay Story and the Ghost of Siege. And no collisions on that one. Incredible racing so far. And we are right, yeah, Clarkie's falling off of Idenzo. He's under big pressure from Crooksy. Nightwing stole that P5 from Sully, and now Tango wants it back for his teammate as well, so Tango's going to look. And Sean's getting past Vice Sheng for P15, and the Alpha Tauri behind us, Farf, is going down the inside, and he gets past Vice Sheng too. They touch wheels, but Farf gets the move done, both Red Bulls then towards the back, and Chaz has had a poor start down 18th. We've got the first 3-second time penalties already for Cowie and Tango as we start lap 2. Fantastic clean start from these guys, really good pace as well. So Idenzo's not pulling away yet, is he? And Clarkie's doing well. I suppose give it a few laps and those softs for Idenzo will start to wear off. Crooksy and Cowie need to make their move now as Jay Story's getting past Chazza. And I think Chazza's had a moment there, hasn't he? We had a yellow flag, but he's not got any wing damage. So Chazza's really struggling, isn't he? Wow, breathe. Clarkie, it's 1.1 now behind Idenzo. He's pulled away as Rick Dalton's getting past Liam. Liam's lost a few places, hasn't he? He's down in P11. He's side by side with Rick Dalton, isn't he? Oh, they touch. They almost touch. Oh, I think they bang wheels again. But Liam has got the line there, and he has got back in front, and KD's catching up to Sloth in front of this battle too. Let's have a look on board with KD then. He's got Sloth right in front of him. DRS will now be activated or enabled. There we go, as race control confirms that down the bottom. Oh, they touch. KD touches into the back of Sloth, and he does it again as well. Really aggressive there, and that's affected Liam behind as well, and Rick Dalton's now on the inside. Don't go side by side here, and they don't. Rick thinks better of it. I'm sure Liam would have got a warning for exceeding track limits, so we went through there as well. It's probably the cleanest start to a race we've ever had. Was yesterday as well in the championship. I thought it'd be quite... Oh, Nightwings were tired. Nightwings crashed. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm sorry. I jinx it all the time. It's absolute madness. I just shouldn't have said it, should I? Nightwing then, what has happened there? I think he's lost it here and then gone hit the wall and then had to swerve right, and then it's a bit far along to actually crash though, isn't it? I'm not sure what's happened there. It's only a virtual safety car. But Nightwing is out with Deuce. Constantly has too many problems in the races, isn't he? He just can't get in the rhythm of racing anymore, can he? He's really been struggling this season, which is such a shame because he's got the pace. So Nightwing is out then. DRS enabled again. Idenzo leads us away. Virtual safety car has ended. Clarkey 1.2 behind. Sully gets his penalty as well. KD's got a penalty now too. Starting lap 4. So DRS now enabled. Crooksy's outside. DRS Ranger Clarkey. So Cowie's going to be putting Crooksy under pressure. Just watch for this battle. Watch for this battle between Cowie and Crooksy. We've already decided our 3 nominees for each league for overtake of the season. But with these 2 in town, it's not too late to change them. McLaren's 5th and 6th, and Sully lost 2 positions to Tango, his teammate, and to Nightwing. Of course, he's got that one back now after Nightwing's in the wall. After he wobbled, it was here he wobbled, wasn't it? On lap 1. Vice Sheng's got a penalty. Sloth in 7th, looking good then. KD in 8th. On his racing debut with us, he's under pressure from Liam behind though. Through the second. DRS Zone's got a good exit there. Liam too. Does he go for the move now? He is going to go for... Oh, and KD... He does move out the way now, as side by side. Oh, it's really, really tight there. And what have we got? Yellow flag for? I'm not quite sure. Aggressive from KD, that was, and Liam's up the back of him now again. And of course, KD's got DRS from the car in front, which is Sloth as well, so that's going to help him. I think KD might have to pass Sloth first before Liam can have a go at KD again. It'd be worth for Liam just to sit back for a second. And Rick Dalton behind's under big pressure from Serious Mushroom again. It's a DRS train though, isn't it? Farf's got a 3-second time penalty as well. No one's on 6-second penalties yet. Chaz has got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Chaz is really struggling, isn't he? Not quite sure what's going on with him. Didn't get a lap set in Q2. KD's got a second 3-second time penalty again. That's me jinxing it, as Liam's got one as well from following KD, and of course that doesn't help. When you're following the car that gets a penalty, it tends to make you do as well. KD's really on the back of Sloth now. Sloth dipped a tyre in the dirt. And Justin's not very happy. I'm not sure what he's done. I think it might have wing damage. He's under pressure from Farf as well. He's going to have to give that position up too. But he's stopped Vice Sheng from getting past. Did you slide or have you got wing damage?
No, I just slid.
There you go. Bradfield losing places then, isn't he? And KD then... He's going to have a look at Sloth this time, surely on a straight, because Sloth's not got DRS from in front, has he? And here we go, he's got the RS activated. He's now got the DRS open. And I'm sure he's going to be closing up. Will he close up enough? As Vice Sheng sitting past Far for P15 in the same DRS zone. KD's not close enough, is he? He's going to have to follow well, and he gets a good line, doesn't he? Going onto the pit straight, and he's going to get the move done now. I think, no, he's not. How come Sloth's faster there? He avoids hitting the back of Sloth this time, though, from KD. Great racing from these guys. And Liam following behind. Liam will be the one that really wants to advance because he's on the soft tyres and they're going to wear off soon. That's why KD's been so aggressive and not giving that place to Liam. And Liam now, he gets a good exit. Serious Mushroom's got a 3-second time penalty. It's about a second between the top 2, Idento and Clarkey. So the gap's staying about the same. And as these soft tyres start to go off, you'd think that Clarkey will close up a bit more. And he has got DRS range and Cowie's getting past. I'm not sure if he's made a mistake. He's been passed by Crooksy and then Tango as well. Is there wing damage? There's no wing damage. Not quite sure what's happened there to Cowie. And as Bradfield's got a 3-second time penalty. And Sloth, yeah, we see a bit of a gap forming now. Oh, and Sloth, I think he's been hit by KD, and Sloth has been spun. Sloth and down into P. Oh, he's losing lots of places. Look how close these cars are. He's going to be down in P13. I think he was hit from the back by KD there. And KD's now going to be passed by Rick Dalton, isn't he? Yes, he is. Rick Dalton gets the move done. Liam's close behind as well. KD gets it. Oh, it was a good exit to begin with as Farf gets the penalty behind him. Cowie's getting back past Tango. There we go. He does it on the straight. And we've got a safety car. And Chaz has crashed. That is why. Chaz has crashed then. I'm not quite sure what Chaz was doing today, but it wasn't good from start to finish, was it? Such a shame for Chazza. He's going to... As KD's passing Rick Dalton as a safety car. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Unlucky for Chazza. It would have been good to see him pick up some points. Woods and Jay Story. It's their chance now if they can pick up some points to get past Chazza. He didn't sit a lap in Q2, did he, Chazza? And then had instant... I don't know what happened at the start of the race, but he had pitted early. Penalty speed in the pit lane, and now he's crashed as well. And has brought out this safety car. On KD, we've just seen him get a 3-second penalty for going over the curb under the safety car. He'll be angry at himself for that. And what I was about to say is, will the soft runners pit? Will Idenzo pit? Yes is the answer. He will pit. Oh, Clarkie's pitting as well. Right behind him. Oh, and Idenzo's got a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Clarkie. Not quite sure what that's about, and that might be removed as well. Idenzo's on the hards, Clarkie's on another set of mediums. And Clarkie's had to wait in the pits. And he might lose a position or two here. Sully stays out, Rick stays out, Serious Mushroom stays out, so does Sean, so does Sloth. Idenzo's going to be out in 6th place, and Clarkie does come out right behind Idenzo in the end. Didn't have to wait too long. I'm surprised that Clarkie came in the pits though. Woods is staying out in 8th. Crooksy and Cowie on fresh mediums, 9th and 10th. KD's going for fresh softs in P11. Tango and Liam 12th and 13th on fresh hard tyres. Feisheng 14th, Farf and 15th. Bradfield 16th. Jay Story's at the back on fresh hards. And Clarkie and Idenzo are up side by side again, 'cause it's saying they're passing each other. Just need to give each other a bit of room, I think. Oh dear, Formula Moments. Me and Jake the Slayer have both caused that Nightwing crash, because I was just saying haven't had such a clean start to the race all season, and that was at the same time Formula Moments saying Nightwing is on the charge. I'm rooting for Nightwing not to spin, and then he crashed out. I am Sloth messaging the Discord saying, KD, how many times do you want to hit me up the arse? And we have seen him getting quite aggressive, haven't we, down there? I think that caused the Sloth spin as well. I'm frustrated with myself. I made a stupid mistake and into the wall I go, saying Chazza. Yeah, as we were saying, it's such a shame for Chazza, because he couldn't get in the groove of things today, could he? But we have seen he has got the pace, he just can't put it together at the moment. But the consolation is that Woods is in 8th and he still needs to pit, and Jay Story, his other rival for relegation, he's down in 17th, so at least he can watch the rest of the race and think he's not going to lose out on anything. And the races are going down. It's Woods and Jay Story that need the points more than Chazza, so as long as they don't pick up points, Chazza will be fine. Cowie in P10th then. He's going to be under pressure from KD, I think, because KD obviously on these soft tyres. And as for Sloth, anything that needs reporting, just stick it in. And Clarkie's must have gone up side by side with Idenzo again. They are getting aggressive, aren't they? Who's at the front here? Going very slow. Front of this battle anyway. I think it's Serious Mushroom causing a bit of a traffic jam there, which he's more entitled to do. Sully's leading them away. This might really help Sully if Idenzo and Clarkie can get held up from the guys in front. Sully might be able to put away. And there we go, that's what we like to see. Safety car is coming in this lap. Didn't have a safety car yesterday, did we?
No.
For Canada in the championship.
Not one, no.
Weren't even a virtual safety car. And apart from 2 crashes here so far, everything else has looked okay, but Sully's going to lead the pack then. And the safety car is in the pits already, so he's held them up by quite a bit. When's he going to drop the hammer then? He's going to go now. Here goes Sully then. He leads them away. Rick Dalton's fallen back a bit, and Serious Mushroom's fallen back even further. It's a great start. And then Sloth's fallen quite far back from Sean too, so Sean's going to be looking at Serious Mushroom. They've really sprayed. Oh, Sloth really needs to call those tyres, almost tyres up, sorry, because he's really sliding out there. He's going to be under pressure from Idenzo's Crooks. He's already past Woods. Idenzo's going to get held up from Sloth here. He's going to be under pressure from Clarkey because he's on the medium tyres. Woods in P9 then. And I think Cowie's going around the outside of Woods. He's lost out. He's lost traction a bit there. And KD's going to have a look at Cowie now as well. And oh no, KD's hit Cowie. And that's the second incident KD's been involved in. I think he should stick to the commentating. And Cowie, hopefully, he can recover from that. But KD just needs to calm it down a bit. He's getting too close to the guys in front. Woods is up next for him. Oh, Woods is... I'm sure what happened to Woods there. He just jolted, didn't he? I think he's glitching a bit all over the place there, Woods. As KD's going to go around the outside, and I think should be an easy enough move. As Woods is going to fight it though, but he's got the better line here, and he does get that move done. Tango is up next for Woods to defend from. Idenzo's closing up on Sloth. There we go, and Idenzo's getting that move done pretty easily. He's on fresh hards, isn't he? Whereas Sloth's on the old mediums. And he is struggling for pace here, and Clarkey I think is going to get straight past Sloth as well. And he does, and Sloth's got his teammate Crooksy up behind him. He's raced for the last few weeks now as well, so I don't think Sloth is going to hold Crooksy up for too long. And he does move out of the way nicely. Well done there to Sloth. Gap out in front. There's 7-8 tenths between Sully and Rick Dalton for the lead. Serious Mushroom a bit further back. Sean 7 or 8 tenths further back, and Idenzo's still on the hards, struggling to get through the field. Sean is up next to him again. It's his teammate, so it wouldn't surprise me if he got through quite easily. And Farf's getting past Tango. Good move it looked there from Farf as well. Farf on the soft, so Tango's on hards to the end. Vice Sheng's getting past Liam too. Again, Vice Sheng is on better tyres, being on the mediums. Is Liam going to go for it down the inside? He does, and he gets the move done. Great move there from Liam. Very aggressive. Vice Sheng, fair play. He left with quite a lot of space there too. Idenzo, oh, Clarkey's getting really close up behind Idenzo. Clarkey won't be able to go to the endo, and Idenzo possibly could. So that is why Clarkey is looking good at this stage of the race over Idenzo. And Idenzo, I'm sure, as Rick Dalton gets a 3-second penalty. Sure, I was fast getting past Woods, so I will get it out in a minute. Oh, and Farf swooped past Woods there. Woods did leave enough room. Sloth's got a 5% paper speed in the pit lane, so he was on those mediums. He's coming off now. Clarkey gets past Sean. I think Sean went to let his teammate pass and then couldn't help but let Clarkey through as well. Couldn't do his teammate much of a favour there, although to be fair, Clarkey was right behind Sean as well. Crooksy's up next for Sean to defend from as Clarkey. Look at this. Clarkey's incredibly close to Idenzo. Idenzo have DRS from Serious Mushroom in front though. Serious Mushroom's about 1.4 off the battle at the front too. I don't think he'll have too much to defend from when it comes to Idenzo and Clarkey right up behind him. Idenzo has got a penalty. Oh no, that penalty was for speed in the pit lane, wasn't it? We'll have a look how many penalties people have got in a minute. As we see Vice Sheng getting past Woods, and it's Woods that is gone unfortunately. Track is now clear for him to get back on. Yeah, we just said it was Woods. He's facing... Is he facing the wrong way? No, he's not facing the wrong way. He's okay, Woods. He gets back on then. He's still ahead of the Ghost of Siege. Oh, I think he's spinning again. Oh, no, he's not. Sean's getting past him by Crooksy. There we go then. Crooksy gets the move. Now he's up into P6. KD's got another 3-second penalty. It's been a dreadful debut for KD. He's got 12 seconds worth of penalties. Idenzo's getting past Serious Mushroom. Down to turn 1, the brakes. Good move there. And he's got to defend from Clarkey now. Serious Mushroom. This could... Oh, and Serious Mushroom's letting Clarkey through. Good to see there. Great guys sporting. Knowing that it's not part of that battle. Don't want to ruin the race for the lead effectively. And now Idenzo and Clarkey are going to be closing up to the top two. Idenzo, of course, his brother is Rick, so I'm sure won't have much trouble passing him. Idenzo's not got DRS here though from Rick, so he could be under pressure as Idenzo has got a 3-second penalty in Clarkey's got a better line here. He's going to pull to the outside is Clarkey. Is he going to be late in the braking? Oh no, they've had a huge crash. Idenzo and Clarkey have had a huge crash, and they've hit other drivers too. They're ghosting through, and we've got a virtual safety car I think Idenzo's got wing damage there, and he has got huge wing damage, and so has Clarkey. They're both going to have to pit. KD's got another penalty for collision with Sean, and I think that Idenzo is at fault there. He just squeezed Clarkey into the wall, and they're both going to have to pit, and that changes this race completely because we have got someone else. I don't think they can put on another set of hards, can they? Idenzo can't anyway, so you only get one set of hards, I think. So a couple of them have pitted, so Serious Mushroom now leads from Crooksy. Crooksy, who could be favourite for the race now, as long as he keeps the penalties down. This is anyone's race. Idenzo has pitted. I'm not sure what he's got, and Tango's left the session as well. He's another competitor for the race. He's unfortunately left the session, which he's been kicked, of course, on the server, which it always does to him. And oh no, Sean's having a double stack in the pits. He had a collision from KD, didn't he? He's putting on the softs. He's serving a time penalty too. Bradfield's getting past the ghost of Tango. Crooksy took Serious Mushroom for the lead. There we go. Let me just see that happen. And Crooksy leads the race then on fresher mediums too. He's looking really good, Crooksy, isn't he? For this race, and we've got Alfa Romeo's P2, P3. Serious Mushroom, is he going for it on Crooksy? I don't think he is. They're getting very, very close though, aren't they? He'll have DRS as well. One stop for Serious Mushroom, and I think he could be on for some decent points here today at least. Tango, get back in the session, mate. Come on. He's got about 10 invites to do so with. Sully's going to be catching up as well. Idenzo's down in 15th. Yeah, he had to put mediums on because he can't put more hards on. You only get one set of hards, I think. As we see Serious Mushroom coming into the pits now, and I think that's going to be hards to the end. Farf passes for third, KD for second, as Cowie's got another 3-second penalty. Cowie after that spin is up in the 6th then. Tango is back in the session, which is good to see. Serious Mushroom pits for softs, so he's going for a 2-stopper. But I think Crooksy's my favourite to win this race now. Clarkey gets a 3-second penalty. Oh, after saying it's a clean race, we have had a couple of incidents now, unfortunately. KD involved in a couple. The one between Idenzo and Clarkey. And of course, a couple of crashes too. Serious Mushroom comes out the pits just ahead of Sloth. He slits. Can't get my words out. Slots in nicely there ahead of Sloth. I was going to say slits then, but that's something completely different. The Sloth gets the penalties we see in front. Slots in ahead of Sloth. That's why I was getting confused. So it's a completely changed up grid now, isn't it? Yeah, look at this. Farf started in 20th. He's now P3. He's already had a stop as well. Looking great for Farf. Ferrari's in 4th and 5th. KD's up to 2nd, or he's got loads of penalties and a few incidents and lots of corner cutting as well, which we might see again here. No, he avoids it that time. Fair play. Crooksy in P1 though, looking very, very strong. Cowie's getting past Liam. Liam didn't fly that too hard for his teammate. These two fantastic teamwork. Can't help but say if the Ferrari boys, Jake the Zone in the comments, have worked harder early in the season in the championship, Ferrari could be top of the joint constructors standings by now. Let's have a look. Yes, Sully and Rick Dalton. That could be the battle for the lead because they are going to the end on those hards. Easily. So that could be the battle for the lead, but Idenzo's as fast as that in P15. Crooksy, of course, in P1 is about 10 seconds at least clear of this battle and still pulling away. And he has still got to pit though, of course, for fresher tyres, as Sean's as fast as that now. So both racing points, it's been an absolute disaster. One of them crashed and one of them had an incident under the safety car. And then they had to double stack as Clarkey gets past Jay Story for P10. Don't rule Clarkey and Idenzo out from this, absolutely not. Because Idenzo's got 5 seconds to come off. We think, anyway, after an incident with Clarkey going into the pits. And then Clarkey, he's only 10 seconds off that battle between Sully and Rick. Which, if he avoids penalties and closes right up to that, I wouldn't put it past him. There's still 19 laps to go. Make that 18 as Crooksy crosses the line. And Cowie on those mediums is not pulling away from his teammate, is he? Liam's keeping it at DRS range. KD and Farf on those soft tyres. Done 9 laps on them now. As Weisheng's passing Sloth for P13. They're both on the hards. Oh, who's that battling? That is Idenzo then. It's about to go down the inside of Sloth, isn't he? Sets fastest lap in doing so. Goes down the inside of Sloth. Takes P14 for Idenzo then. He's going through the traffic. Jay Story up in P12 to give that a mention as well. Fantastic effort from him. Serious Mushroom on these soft tyres. Unfortunately, come up right behind Clarkey now on the hards. It's going to be hard to get past. So Jay Story is only 2 seconds behind this battle as well. Can he get those hards to the end? It'll be a difficult job if he can. He needs to hold it together. He's doing really well. Weisheng 13th. Idenzo 14th, he's being held up by this battle too, isn't he? Jay Story's getting a bit wobbly there. Weisheng wants to overtake Jay Story, but he's got Idenzo right behind him, so it's going to be hard. And again, Liam's really closing up to his teammate Cowie again. I think he let Cowie through. He might regret that now, as we see KD come into the pits and Clarkey get passed by Serious Motion. I don't think Clarkey fought it too hard. It wouldn't have been worth it because there's completely different strategies going on between them. Bradfield, Sully and Rick get past KD as he's in the pits. And Clarkey, I think he's going to have a look at Serious Mushroom. Of course, Serious Mushroom has got DRS. It's a double activation zone as Jay Story moves out of the way to let Idenzo and Sloth pass. KD, when he comes out, let's quickly have a look. No, Clarkey didn't get past Serious Mushroom. When KD comes out the pits, he is in P11 and on fresh medium tyres with an unbelievable amount of penalties. 12 seconds, it was 17. Yes, 6 seconds clear now. Crooksy's in P1. We could have a new winner today. We really could. Looks like we will, doesn't it? Let's quickly have a look through all our race results. Well, it's gone a little bit quiet. To leave you with the Ferraris, I don't think too much is going to happen there, competitiveness wise. I don't think they've ever overtaken each other competitively. A Serious Motion gets a 3-second penalty. Only Sean yet to get penalties, of course Siege as well, but he's a ghost. He's now getting passed by Woods as well. Let's have a look at the battle between Rick and Sully. This is effectively the battle for the lead. As it stands, Idenzo getting passed by Shang quite easily as well for P12. There we go then. Oh yeah, that's fine, it's done. Yes, Emerson won 2 when he was reserving, but apart from those 2, Idenzo has won every single race since Azerbaijan at the end of September, where Clarkey won that race. Idenzo won in the US. Cowie won in Austria after that P20 to P1. That was his last win. Cowie won the one before in Spain too. Idenzo won in China early in the season. Siege won in Japan, Siege won in Britain, Cowie won in Bahrain, and the first race was run by Siege in Italy as well. So only Siege and Cowie, I think we saw they've won 3 each, as KD gets another 3-second penalty. Emerson's won 2, Clarkey's won 1, and Idenzo's won 10, I think. And yep, this is race 20, and that adds to 19, so I've done my maths spot on, I think, for once. There we go, and Rick Dalton still closing up to Sully. .4 the gap between Farf and Crookston, and Farf's soft tyres falling off, and I think Farf's trying to extend a couple more laps so he can put more softs onto the end. He's on for a great haul of points. Looked like he weren't going to make the race at one point, although he's really starting to slide on them. If I was Farf, I'd come in now and stick the mediums on. He's being caught by the Ferraris pretty quickly. You see Weisheng and Sloth having a good little battle going down to turn 1. Oh, Weisheng has got wing damage. Not sure if it was from that little collision with Sloth there, but they're side by side. Weisheng, oh, he's gone round the outside. He's took Sloth off a little bit there. Bit too aggressive there from Weisheng. He is just reserving as well. Bradfield and P5's doing well, but he's got Sully and Rick closing up to him. I doubt Bradfield's going to fight this battle. But he's not losing out too much to the Ferraris in front, Bradfield. He's with us in the comms. He's obviously concentrating very hard at the moment. He's got some decent points up the grabs for Mercedes, but he's not going to fight this from Sully, even if he wanted to, because he's just got too much pace and he eases past. Sully's going to the end. Bradfield will have to pit soon. I'm sure Bradfield on the next straight will let his teammate pass, as this is effectively the battle for the lead. I think we'll see Bradfield just move out the way here to let his teammate pass. No, he doesn't. He holds him up instead. Rick Dalton's not going to be happy with Bradfield about that. Will he move out the way here? Yes, he does. There we go. And although that has taken Rick out of DRS range from Sully, so it's really affected the battle for P1. Although he has just crawled back into it as well as Sully wobble, so it hasn't affected it too much in the end. Bradfield's been saved, but Cowie, look, within half a second now of Farf, Clark and Denzo came together, Shadows Dylan saying, and yet they did. It looked like Denzo just squeezed out. Cowie got another 3-second time penalty. We saw that happen. It looked like it was here. It was exactly here. This, say this is Clark in the Ferrari. He went to the outside. There was room, and I think Idenzo just squeezed him a bit too much. Don't know if he was unaware of it. Obviously, they'll both have their footage in at the end. So Farfan, I think Cowie might be a bit too far back this time as Tango's getting past Crooksy for J Story for P13. Tango again has been affected by being kicked out of the session. I think as Farf does pit then. I think he's going to put on fresh softs as well. He's on 13 laps on them. So I think he'll do the same again. And Cowie and Liam then, they are fighting, aren't they? Don't think Cowie's going to go to the end, but I think Liam can. As KD's got another penalty then. He's in P9. Let's see where Farf comes out, because he is on the, no, he has gone to the mediums. He's gone for a safer option. He comes out comfortably in P10, Farf, so he's going to be on a charge now to the end. So we watch this battle between the two Ferraris, and Cowie is sliding, isn't he? So yeah, Cowie's definitely have to pit soon. I think he'll wait a couple more laps and then go softs to the end, whereas Liam can nurse these tyres home. But I think Cowie needs to let his teammate pass and return the favour now, because Sully and Rick Dalton are catching up Liam. I think Cowie might let him pass on the straight, or Liam might just pass him with his sheer pace. As you can see, Cowie's tyres really starting to go off. He's sliding everywhere now. And there we go, look at the pace. He's catching up, he's catching. And there we go. But Cowie, I think he did back off slightly there as well to let Liam pass. He's going into the pits as well. Cowie, I'm surprised he didn't wait a couple more laps and then go to the softs, as Crooksy pits as well for more fresh mediums. And what's he waiting for? Oh, it's a glitch. There we go. Say, what's he waiting for? He's not waiting for anything. It's just a silly glitch. See where Crooksy comes out then. Cowie's behind him in the pits, and Crooksy is going to come out in space, isn't he? Yep, he's in a good bit of space there. He's got Bradfield in front. So when Crooksy comes up behind Bradfield, he is going to be absolutely flying. Comes out in P5, then Crooksy, fresh mediums. This is a fantastic battle. He's going to close up to the top three. Liam, yeah, leads the race with 12 laps to go. I don't think he's going to pit again as well. He's done 15 laps on those hards. He should be alright to the end. And softs passing Vice Sheng. They keep battling for that P11, don't they? Vice Sheng, oh, he backs out the way nicely there, especially with that wing damage. Good battle between these. It's 2.6 back to Sully. Sully's about a second clear of Rick. Bradfield about 2.3 behind, and Crooksy then now coming to Bradfield. I'm sure he'll pass on the straight. Bradfield could do his teammate a favour by holding him up here. Sean passes J Story for P15. And no, I don't think Bradfield's going to be doing any holding up here. Crooksy's going to ease past. There we go. P4 for Crooksy on these fresh mediums. Next up for him is this battle between Sully and Rick. And Rick's just picked up a 3-second penalty. Let's have a look into the penalties then. Sully's got 12. Liam's only got 3. Rick's got 6. Crooksy's only got 3 too. So as it stands, it's looking really good. We've got a yellow flag for KD, who's facing the wrong way. He's had an incident-packed race, isn't he? And we've got a virtual safety car. Oh, KD's just lost his wheel. And Idenzo's got no front wing. So KD again has had another incident, hasn't he? Not sure what's happening. It's only a virtual safety car. He lost his wheel spinning around. And Idenzo, I think he might win the title here, because Cowie's nowhere near the top. But he's not going to win it from winning the race, and Idenzo's going to hold up all the guys behind, unfortunately. This is going to help the guys in front on their tyres. Liam can win this race here. Sully thinks got too many penalties. Rick's got 6. Crooksy's looking really good too. KD has left the session, yeah. He'll be commentating next week, I think. I think that's a safe bet for him as well. He's been involved in a lot of incidents today. Not sure he's not raced for a while. And Sean has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. And this race for Racing Point has been terrible, hasn't it? Been extremely unlucky for Sean, I think's the word. And for Idenzo, he was involved in the first instance, and that one I didn't see what happened, who was at fault, Idenzo or KD, I do not know. Idenzo's going to dive in the pits here. And he just about breaks in time. He's going to change his wing, I think. And then he'll probably be going for fastest lap. Might take a point off someone else, but here's it. Crooksy's already in a second of Rick Dalton in the battle for P3. Rick Dalton's fallen away from Sully, isn't he? But Sully has got so many penalties that he's going to have to concede that place. He's not catching up to Liam. I think the last 7 or 8 laps, maybe. Well, we're close to that stage anyway. Say last 5 or 6 laps, Liam's going to struggle on the tyre wear, isn't he? As Crooksy's really closing up to Rick. Is he going to get a move done here? J Story passes Sean as Sean's in the pits for his drive-through. I don't say it's pitted Sean. I think it pitted him, didn't it, instead of the drive-through. He's on fresh softs. Oh no. Crooksy then looking to get past Rick here for the podium. DRS activated. He's got ERS. Oh, bit of a squeeze going on there from Rick, but he does budge out the way in the end, and Crooksy gets the move done up into P3 in the podium places, and now he's going to charge onto the top 2, and this is looking incredibly good for Crooksy, isn't he? Isn't it? Sorry. But Sully can hold him up as Cowie gets another 3-second penalty. Bradfield's in P5, 18 laps on those mediums. I'm sure he's going to come in for some soft tyres soon. They are not going to get all the way to the end. What tyre percent are you on?
35.
35?
Yeah. Oh no, 58 at the back.
50 at the back?
58.
Oh, 58. There he goes. Rears at 58%. I was going to say, he's sliding everywhere. I'm sure he's going to pit. As Crooks, he's getting past Sully already. Yeah, sure, Bradford will pit for fresh softs going to the end. And Sully is struggling on his hard tyres as well, isn't he? So is Rick Dalton behind. Crooks, he's easily up to P2. I think Crooks is going to close up to Liam within 2 laps, I'd say. And he's going to easily take the lead. And it's Crooksy's race to lose, you have to say. He's been so quick the last few weeks, Crooksy. I'll say a couple of months now. It's just not. He's picked up regular P5, P6 over the last few weeks. After he didn't pick any points up really in the first 10 races. Second half of the season, consistently middle of the top 10. I don't want to jinx it now, but he is the man you'd put your money on now, isn't he, Crooksy? And Clarkey gets past Jay Bradford, as Jay Bradford does come into the pits. He'll probably come out P11, I think, if he's lucky. P11 on the fresh softs. There we go. Gets passed by Tango. Sloth. Oh, this is going to be close. Yeah, P11 comfortably will come out in. So there we go. He's in a good place. There we go. In top 1.1 seconds as Idenzo sets fastest lap. 1 second. He's within DRS range now. Crooksy's going to have DRS on this straight. And Jay Bradford's done his wing already. And he just come out the pits. He did it in qualifying on outlap in Q3 and didn't get time to set a lap then. And he said the words himself, dickhead. DRS activated for Crooksy. Sully's just outside DRS. Rick Dalton's fallen away from Sully as well. Of course, all the penalties for Sully are going to make it harder for him, aren't they? And Sully, I think he probably would have got another warning there. Here we go, and Crooksy's right behind Liam. He needs to be patient. Don't go for a dive bomb now. Just wait. As Clarkey gets a 3-second penalty. He's in P5, Clarkey, so he's really recovered it well after that incident. And Liam's really holding him up. He's going to back out Crooksy. He's starting to feel the pressure, I think. Liam's just going to hold him up there. Liam in a position he's never been in for this league before. I know he has in other leagues, but he's struggled in this league this season. He has missed a few races because of work and that. But what a race this is going to be for Liam. He's got a great chance for a podium too. Liam under big pressure from Crooksy now then. And Crooksy taking my advice. He's just taking it nice and steady. Or he's got the opportunity here as Liam's been sliding. Again, is he going to go for it? Liam leaves the room. He's going to go around the outside, taking a wide line. He's going to do the old switcheroo. And he gets to the line now. He's already ahead before the turn. Oh, he's pushed Liam off. Liam's been pushed off the track slightly. Crooksy gets the move done. But Liam's been pushed wide. He's under big pressure from Sully now. Sully not got DRS though. Liam's got 7 laps to go on these tyres. Will they make the end? Sully won't have DRS. It was double activation zone as you mentioned earlier at the beginning of Sector 3. Crooksy's comfortably in the lead now then. It's his race to lose. 1.6 clear of Liam. Sully in P3 with the penalties that promote Rick up. Clarkey in 5th on 15 lap old hards. Under pressure from Farf on 7 lap old mediums. Cowie not too far down the road from him as well. Tango in P8. Again, what would have been for Tango if it didn't kick him out of the session is such a shame. Serious Mushroom 9th. Always looking for some points, isn't he? Always manages to find a way of getting in there. Sloth in 10th too. He's going to be under pressure from Bradfield soon though. Bradfield who's hitting the wall yet again. I think he's got big wing damage now. Let's have a look at his car. Yeah, you can see he has got that right end plate. Oh, there is no right end plate. Have a quick look at the penalties then. Bradfield's got 9 seconds, Sloth's got 11. Cowie's got 15 seconds. So yeah, Tango's going to be promoted there. Yeah, the top two have got 3 seconds of penalty. So Liam, he can let Sully pass. He doesn't need to fight it too. And we've got a yellow flag, and that is for It is Woods. He's lost his wing. Look, he's got to let Crooksy pass to lap him. As Liam has got a second 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And Woods just got to get out of the way now, isn't he? If he's going to get disqualified, it's a difficult one. He's just got to wait, isn't he? He's got to keep waiting. And he can go now. Look, go now, Woods. He's a lap down in P16, unfortunately. He has spun it again, but it's 2.7 already between the top two. Liam on Bradfield does get passed off. Woods has retired the car, and we've got a safety car. Why is Woods has spun it into the wall again, isn't he?
Oh, I could have gone in the pits then.
And this is going to change the race because of Woods' crash. I'm not sure how that happened. And this is really going to affect it because of penalties too. What a late safety car this is going to be. Cowie's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car too. So that means Idenzo's almost, well, he's all but won it now, isn't he? Cowie's not going to win this race. Surely no one's going to pit either because the gaps are just too close. It's just going to close everything up for the last couple of laps. Crooksy will be gutted, I'm sure. So will Sully of the amount of penalties he's got. Great to see a mix-up grid, but too many incidents. The championship's cleaner than this. Does Liam pit? No, he doesn't. I didn't think he would. Be silly to really throw away those points. And Sully does pit. Sully and Rick are pitting. Clarkie's pitting. Farf's pitting. Cowie's not pitting, even though he's got a drive-through. Yeah, loads of drivers coming into the pits. I'm surprised at that. Crooksy and Liam going to be under big pressure. Then Cowie in P3, but he's got a drive-through. Tango in 4th, then 17 lap on mediums. And Rick's going to come out of the pits on fresh softs in P5.
Oh.
So the last couple of laps, Rick and Clarkie are going to be on a charge, aren't they? And Farf as well. Sully in 8th. Idenzo's up to 9th and he's in the points. No, he hasn't pitted. Sirius Mushroom's in 10th. So top 4 then. Probably didn't expect all the guys behind to pit. But they're going to be under big pressure now. Cowie's going to try and hold it up for his teammate, isn't he, Liam? Is Denzo going to get back in the points on a serious charge here, saying Shatters? He is in the points now. He's P9, Cowie's P3. And he's got so many penalties, isn't he? That's the thing. Yeah, he's got the drive. Of course, he's got the drive-through penalty as well, which he can't serve under the safety car. So Cowie is effectively out of the race. Still not going to confirm it yet because you never know what's going to happen, but we all know what it's going to be. As Vice Shane's got a 5% for ignoring a yellow flag. Not sure what that's about. Probably a glitch. Crooksy P1, Rick P2, and Liam P3. Same 40 moments. Again, looking into the penalties. Tango and Rick have got 6 seconds, Liam only 6, and Crooksy's got 3 seconds. And with Liam going to be holding up the guys behind as well, I think Crooksy, again, I still think he'll be safe. It's Liam's podium I'm worrying about because Tango and Rick, I think, are going to fly past. Will Cowie do Liam a favour? Oh, it's gone slow there. Cowie might stay out an extra lap before he serves his drive-through just to hold up Tango and Rick and Clarkie and the rest of them for Liam. And give him some breathing space. Fai Sheng's got a 3-second penalty for corner cut and under the safety car as well. Yeah, Farf and Sully on 12 seconds. Idenzo's only on 6 seconds of penalty, so he's effectively P6 as it stands anyway. Again, Idenzo usually gets no penalties, so if he had no penalties, it'd be effectively P2 now. 23 seconds for Vice Sheng. He's not been racing much lately, it's understandable for a last minute reserve and no practice either. He's done well, he's had good pace today as well. Sloth in 12th, he's had a couple of incidents I think with KD, one with Vice Sheng too. He's been extremely unlucky today. Bradfield in 13th. Siege a lap down then. Siege who's been absent all race. And Sean has been incredibly unlucky, he's in P15. I'm not sure why Jay Story's going so slow there, holding Sean up. Will a safety car be in this lap? Crooksy and Liam in particular will hope not. It'd be a late call if it is to come in as well. I don't think it is. No, I don't think a safety car is coming in this lap. It's going to wait for Jay Story and Siege to catch up to the back of the pack. Safety car stays out then. So we're only going to get 3 laps of racing at the end then. Lap 33, lap 34 and lap 35. Oh sorry, only 2 laps then, because this is now lap 33 as across the line. So 2 laps of racing at the end we're going to get. And Tango's left the session, at least it is under the safety car. So hopefully he can join back and he'll still be in P4. Yeah, Denzo's looking good on the penalties. Obviously, Crooksy, can I just say, Crooksy, not only has he played his strategy to perfection, I know he's got a bit lucky with the incidents that's gone on around him, but normally Crooksy's downfall is the penalties he picks up. Only 3 seconds. I think he's realised that's the area he needs to improve. And he's mastered it today, isn't he? Only 3 seconds of penalties. Done incredibly well, Crooksy. He needs to keep those tyres nice and warm, and Tango has joined back. Good to see. In P4 now, Tango 2. Podium looks really, really likely now for Tango, doesn't it? Because of course Cowie has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car or safety car, I'm not sure which one, for the Delta. And safety car is coming in as a Crooksy. Well, did his first safety car restart of his WNR career from the front, didn't he, earlier on in the race? And he's about to do his second already. He'll have Liam behind him. Liam, of course, has been flicked back to the tyres. 25 lap hard, so I don't think he'll be putting Crooksy under much pressure. And Tango is getting past Cowie, and Cowie's got a 5 cm severe collision with Tango. Not sure what's happened there, but Cowie has got a drive through anyway. I'm sure Cowie's going to stay out though, just for 1 lap. Obviously, he can only do 1 lap because then he's going to have to serve it, just to hold up the rest of the pack for Liam. And you see him backing off now, can't you? He's going to hold them all, or is he? He's gone. Crooksy's gone anyway then. Is he going to hold the rest up then? Let's have a look. Serious Russian's got a 3-second time penalty. Everyone gets away cleanly. Crooksy's clear in P1, is already about a second. Liam in P2, and he's really struggling on those hards. He's got Cowie behind him though, supporting him, isn't he? Trying to hold off the other drivers behind who are on fresh soft tyres. Liam really is struggling though, as you can see in front of those hard tyres. Cowie's doing a super job as it stands though, isn't he? Doing really well. Clarkey up behind Rick Dalton, goes down the inside of Rick, and he's spinning a little bit, but he gets the move done. Clarkey's up to P5 and Rick's been compromised. The Favre takes P6 as well, and Tango on Cowie. Cowie, what a superb team player Cowie is. And Tango breaks really late, and Cowie sliding. I think Tango might get the move done here though if he goes to the outside. Cowie's sticking with it though. And there we go. Oh, Tango's going down the inside, and he's getting the move done. He got the move done. Clarkey's looking on Cowie as well. They're side by side. We've got a yellow flag, and I think it's Idenzo has had another wobble again. Cowie's looking to go on Tango again. Cowie, of course, has got to come in the pits anyway. He's staying out. Oh, he's made contact with Clarkey. And Cowie, as he crosses the line, is going to get disqualified because he hasn't served his drive-through. Well, he hasn't actually, is he? Idenzo's retired, then Idenzo's retired in the pits, unfortunately, and Clarkey's glitching all over the place. I'm not sure why that's happening. And Cowie's moved to the side, and Liam then 2 seconds off the lead. Tango 6/10 back as Tango gets another penalty. Clarkey then in 4th. He's really made a great recovery. Farf in 5th. Cowie 6th. He's not going to score any points because of his penalty. Sully's been hit by Weisheng from behind. Weisheng has got wing damage. Serious Mushroom in 9th. Idenzo's left the session, unfortunately. But he is going to win it anyway, isn't he? He's got to win it because Cowie's got his drive-through. Can confirm now Idenzo is going to be the world champion. Fantastic from him. But anyway, Crooksy, this is his day. Crooksy, we knew Idenzo was going to win it for a while, really, didn't we? Clarkey's going down the inside of Tango. He's dived down and he gets a move done. Tango's ghosting out because Farf's and Tango's left the session. So Farf's up to P4. Liam P2. Clarkey's catching up to Liam. What are the penalties like between these two? It's alright, so I think Liam's P2 is safe. Crooksy then comes through the final bit, avoids the World Champions. Crooksy's weaving. Crooksy has wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Fantastic. Liam takes P2. 3rd for Clarkey, 4th for Farr, 5th. Oh, Tango, what's happening here? It's all changed. It says Sean's at the P3, which we know is not right. Complete glitch in the end, so we couldn't see all of it. Great to see some different drivers at the top. What an unbelievable race. This has given driving day to Farf. He started last and picked up points in the end. Oh, very, very, very entertaining race that was.
Silly
Sean
penalties
P3. I
again.
don't think Sean got P3. No, I think that's a glitch. Actually, I'm not too sure because he might have, you know. He didn't have any penalties, did he?
No, he didn't. No, it's just P3.
He only had, Sean's got P3. He has.
Yeah.
He's
Brilliant,
done it.
mate.
Rick Dot. Oh, Jay
Jay
Story
Story,
P6. Jay Story's
Brilliant.
P6. Unbelievable. We might have some penalties to remove, but sick for Jay Story. He's got 8 points. He's out of the relegation zone. Chazza and Wood's been moved down now.
Brilliant.
What?
Brilliant.
Who would have predicted this? If you'd have predicted this at the beginning of the day, I'd have told you you're absolutely mad. Crooksy takes his first ever win in WNR. Liam his first ever podium. Sean, I think, only his second ever podium. Clarkey recovered to P4 after an incident with my Denzo. Rick a solid P5. What's that? Jay Story P6. Fantastic. 8 points. He hung in there.
Brilliant.
Tango 7th. Unfortunately, serve kept kicking him. Farf 8th. Sully only 9th. And Sloth takes up the final point. And there we go. This is the man. Denzo is your WNR Premier League champion. We knew it was going to happen anyway, but that is confirmed. Denzo P15. Never have I seen someone cross the line about 11th or 12th and come third. Sean's reaction as he crossed the line must have been... Oh, I'd love to know. I'd love to know.
Horrible track, mate.
Unbelievable. Let's see if we can get Sean in the party quickly. I don't know if he'll join or not, but... I want to speak to Sean about that. No, it has to be a glitch, saying Jay Story. Yeah, that's what I mean. You avoid penalties. I've told so many times, if you avoid penalties, you're going to stand a chance, especially at a track like Canada. But Jay Story, Liam, Crooksy, absolute incredible race. And Sean as well. Sean was so unlucky as well, wasn't he? Because he had to... I think he got wing damage after a collision under the safety car and then he pitted. But at the same time, Denzo lost his front wing in front. So he had to double stack and wait for ages. Oh, just unbelievable. I don't think Sean is going to be joining us in the party anyway. But anyway, we tried. We're gonna be getting into. He's probably celebrating, isn't he? We're gonna start interviews for next season anyway. So that'd be something good to add to the end of the stream to talk about. Liam, I'm so happy for Liam as well. I mean, I raced for him on a Monday and he outperforms me every race, but since he's raced with us the last few months, he's not been able to get a big amount of points, and today he finally did. Fantastic to go that way, that long on the hards. And again, there will be lots of incidents to look at because, you know, there were incidents between guys usually at the top, but there are people there that avoided penalties to capitalise on it. Absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed that so much. Really good to see some different winners at the top.
It's a pleasure to race with these boys.
Unbelievable. It is. It's so entertaining. What a race. Really enjoyed that. Have a quick last look through the comments then. Shadow saying, well done, Jay Story. Absolutely, yes. Serious Marshall saying, I'm guessing Sloth again. I'm getting relegated at the moment, saying Chazza. And yes, Chazza is in the drop zone. Don't let that affect you, mate. You've got 2 races left. Keep focus on that. But Jay Story has put himself in a great place after those points, ahead of Woods and Chazza. Did the game glitch, saying Jay Story? I thought the game glitched after it put Sean up to 3rd, and then it got onto the results, and I see Jay Story in 6th. I thought, what? What's going on? And Chazza was saying, oh no, at the time, because he saw Jay Story P6. Jay Story, get in there, lad. And this is absolutely incredible. Driver of the day vote today is going to be an absolute nightmare to decide because, well, I just don't know. We're going to have to add a few, aren't we? I mean, not even mentioning Farf, who got the games driver of the day, you know, after he started last and then didn't set a lap in quali, ended up 8th, I think it was, in the end. But absolutely brilliant, guys. Really, really enjoyed today. Haven't commentated for a couple of weeks, but what a way to come back to. Really, really enjoyed that. Oh, right. Let's finish off my bottle of wine. I think I deserve it after that. Right. Oh, is that Sean with us as well? Here he is. I thought you'd be a bit excited about that. What happened? Where did you cross? What position did you cross the line, Sean? 12. It just jumped up to 3rd, did it? I couldn't believe it. I thought the lobby glitched because it's done that the year before where it put you up the top, and I thought, what's he done now? Yeah. Some people I'd say many, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot with 9, couple with 6, but yeah, that's the thing, safety car at the end. This is what I say to people. I mean, you know, people quit. Exactly. Yeah, I saw we went to you on the street at one point. It looked like he was holding you up, but I thought the safety car was going to come in, but it stayed out for an extra lap, which let you both catch up. But yeah, I saw. Did you lose your front wing after? Did you collide with KD under the safety car and then have to double stack with Idenzo? I think we saw. Oh, you didn't know. Yeah. Oh, that's just proves that this is the example. You hang on in there, and you know you're going to get rewarded for it. Yeah, they are. I saw you in qualifying invalidate one of your laps. I didn't even think you went 4 wheels off. Yeah, it is a joke, isn't it? All right. Anyway, guys, we are gonna end the stream there. Again, congratulations to all the big winners today, especially to Crooksy winning the race and Idenzo. He didn't score any points today for the first time, I think, all season, but he did seal the title. So big congratulations to him. We will see you next week for, I think it's Australia we've got next week in our penultimate race of the season. And we will see you next Friday for League One and the Championship. Thank you all for watching.